I just got out of the shower, hence the wet hair. But I can't believe we're already halfway through the year. Yeah. Okay, I can't believe we're already halfway through the year. So I'm doing my first ever mid-year book tag. My first ever what? What? Okay. I've got all the questions. I was inspired to do this courtesy of Larry. I love her and was watching her mid-year book tag and was like, immediately I need to do that. Yeah, so I also want to do a get to know me one as well, but I've got all of the books laid out in front of me, so let's get into it. First up, we have best book you've read. Wait, I've laid out a couple ground rules, the same ones that Larry has in hers. I can't have the same answer for multiple ones because otherwise it'd be like boring. Okay, I just did some research. This year I have read 56 books, which is insane because this is normally 56, 60 books is normally where I'm at the end, like not at the end of the year, but like September, October. So for me to have already read 56 books this year is actually kind of certifiable, and I'm so happy. I'm actually surprised. Yeah, my goal for this year was 90, and I honestly think I'm going to reach that before the end of the year, which is insane. So I just finished Larry's video and we're doing the mid-year book tag. Literally already said that, but I'm doing the same rules that she has, the no rereads and no using the same book for different questions. It has to be all different answers. Oh my god, my bangs are pissing me off. So without further ado, this is the mid-year book tag, my first ever one. Let's get into it. So the best book I've read so far this year, there's two. We have Restitution, which I actually rated a 6-star rating. The way that wrapped up the whole series, like the whole trilogy, was actually insane to me. Loved it, loved it, loved it. 6 whole freaking stars. Oh, I love this shirt. Yeah. The second one was actually an ARC I got that released this year, but I got it in the middle of February. And it's The Highland Fling by Lily Gold. The way I finished this, I was at a rodeo, so I didn't have any reception. It's the way I finished this on my Kindle the entire day, like over the weekend. I went to camp, read in my swag the whole night, woke up in the morning, first thing I did was reading. Then we'd go off to go to the rodeo. I brought my Kindle along with me, but I didn't end up reading a lot because I love watching all the events at the rodeo. And then we'd go back to camp, reading again, the drive home, reading. I finished this within a weekend. I love this book so much. This was a 5-star read for me, and I love the characters in this, and I always love Lily Gold's books. So yeah, those are my 2 best books I've read so far this year. Now, this hurts me to say just as much as as much as it's gonna hurt to hear, because I love this author so much. But the worst book I've read so far this year is Shallow River by H.D. Carlton. Like, that hurts to say. because I love her books. I just didn't like how the book was paced. This isn't my first like abusive relationship book that I've read, but it's just the way this was done. It just didn't go with me. This is the lowest I've ever rated an HD Carlton book in my life. It actually hurts. Moment of silence. Anyway, best sequel I've read so far this year. There's two. And both of these are actually the last book in the series, funnily enough. But we have Destroy the Day by Bridget Kemmerer, which is the third book in the Defy the Night series. Oh my god. The way this wrapped up the entire trilogy, this series holds a dear, dear place in my heart, because Bridget Kemmerer is the author that got me back into reading like 3 or 4 years ago. And I love her writing so much. She can rarely do any wrong. And I'm also realizing that the 2 books that are my top tier books, like sequels, are the exact same color palette. Yeah, so on that note, the second best sequel I've read so far this year was Rewind It Back by Liz Tom40. I've recently gotten into like this second chance thing, and I eat it up every time. I fear childhood lovers to enemies to lovers again will get me every time. To rival, not enemies, because I don't like that, but I don't know what other way to say it. But anyway, the second chance romance of high school sweethearts. Holy shit. I mean, I did kind of expect the twist. Like, I had an idea of where it was going, but I was still so invested. I loved it. One of my favorites of the year. And remember how, like, 5 minutes ago, I said how Bridget Kemmerer can rarely do any wrong? And I love her writing so much. She can rarely do any wrong. The worst sequel I read so far this year was Carving Shadow into Gold by Bridget Kemmerer. This is the second book in the Forging Silver into Stars. I did a whole rant on this on my June TBR. No, on my May wrap up June TBR, because I read this last month. Go watch that if you want like details on why. But no, one of the characters in this just pissed me off, and I can't. I'm going to finish the series because it's only one more book, and I love every other character, and I just want to see them all happy. But this chick pissed me off. So this, I feel is obvious for me anyway. One of them is Harvest Season by Bryn Weaver. I haven't read Taurus Season, but I fully intend to, and either way I'm going to read the second one as well. But that is one I need to read, and it's a new release. I just don't own it yet. But that one, love it. And The Ballad of Falling Dragons by Sarah A. Parker. I listened to the first one, became obsessed. I can't wait to read this. I can't wait to read this. Wait. There's a glossary. There's a glossary at the end. And there's a family tree. Wow. I can't wait to read this book. I can't wait to read this series. I absolutely love it. I love it so much. The next one is most anticipated release for the second half of the year. Now, last year I read all 3 of the Assistant to the Villain books. So now I'm waiting for the 4th one to come out, which is Adversary to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Meyer, or Mayo, I think it is. Love it, looking forward to it. I can't wait to read it. I can't wait for it to come out. It comes out on the, oh god, when does it come out? Hold please while I do a deep dive into my book of shit. Comes out on the 4th of August. I will be picking it up immediately. Thank you. And then you've got Haunted Hunter, which is the second book, which I think it's a duology, but it's the second book to Haunting the Hunter, which I read as the audiobook because it's narrated by Teddy Hamilton and a couple other authors, a couple of the narrators, and it's one where Teddy Hamilton's character has a romance with the reader, and I was like, sign me up. So the second book for that is coming out on the 27th of October, which is also the same day as The Keeper by Anna Huang and the 6th Akatar book. Special little mentions as well. I thought that was funny. So those are 2 more books that I want to read this year that are coming out. Biggest surprise of the year was, actually is in a reading blog, was Hot House Flower by Kristen Becker Ritchie. Because of the age gap between the 2 main characters, I didn't think I was going to like it. And I was so scared I wasn't going to like it, to the point I postponed it. And now here we are. And I absolutely fucking loved it. So this was the biggest surprise, because I didn't actually think I was going to like it as much as I did. So that's amazing. Round of applause. I actually ended up falling in love with them. So now I get to continue the series. Favorite new author. And I'm not sure if this is her debut novel. Yeah, I think this is a debut novel. Melissa, The Enemy's Daughter by Melissa Poet, but Melissa Poet specifically, this was my first ever book of hers. And I actually so fell in love with it. I picked it up because of the cover and had no idea what it was really about. Picked it up because of the cover. Okay. Picked it up because of the cover. And then learn what the book was about. Oh my god. But her writing style is actually so really good. Give me 1 second. Love it. 1 minute. Then we have Newest Fictional Crush. Now, one of these is romance and one of these is romantasy, but I'm loving both of them. But Newest Fictional Crush, we have Emmett Bush from Fever Dream by Elsie Silver. Absolutely in love with this man. Adoring. He can do no wrong. Read this book. I don't know what to tell you. It's really freaking good. And then we have Osric Mordaunt from The Irresistible Urge of Falling for Your Enemy. And the second book comes out next month. Like, I think on the 7th or the 9th or something. But, like, it comes out. I will be reading it immediately. I think it's a duology. Obsessed. Oh my god. I can't wait to talk to you all about it in my wrap-up. I love them. I love them so much. And, like, the cover itself is so freaking pretty. But yeah. Book that made you cry. This one was easy. This one was so easy. King of Greed by Anna Huang. I ate this book up. I loved it, devoured it, annotated it, the whole 9 yards. But it had me bawling my eyes out. Like, I was supposed to have a lash appointment and had ended up sleeping through it, which was for the best considering this book had me crying my eyes out. Bawling. Yeah. I fear my mental health took a hit when I read this one for such a good reason. I loved it. I loved it, but it had me crying because there were so many, like, sad scenes, and just watching them, like the back and forth, because you have past, you have present, the back and forth between the two, and like how far they've gotten away from where they were when their relationship started, was actually, it hit me to my core. Then we have Book That Made You Happy. I fear I have to break one of the rules, because Book That Made Me Happy, I fear it has to be the deal. And it's really even got nothing, and it's really got really nothing to do with the actual book itself. It's more, I'm happy with how the adaptation turned out to the book. I feel like I'm breaking a rule, but I couldn't think of anything else. So, yeah. We could probably put King of Gluttony as well, because I really liked that book. I feel like I'm breaking rules that I literally set for myself. Then we have Most Beautiful Book You've Bought So Far This Year. This one I recently picked up so I could go to the book club, and I need to read it. We have Love Overboard. We have the US edition, which we don't get in Australia. It's got like the pretty sprayed edges, and there's like foil on the cover, and the letters sparkly. It's pretty. It's so pretty, and it's signed. But then we also have Strictly Romance by Louisa West. Once again, look at the cover. It's so pretty, and the sprayed edges are actually certifiable. So this was an easy pick, okay, because they're freaking stunning. Was never up for debate on which ones I was picking for that. Oh god. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna have to pick up all those books.